Hi everybody. Well, I I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't, but apparently it is. So, as most of you know, when you go on a cruise ship, they're designed to entertain you on the ship. They have the Broadway shows, they have piano bars, they have live bands, they have orchestras, they have comedians, they have magicians. They are set to entertain you while you're on the ship. So much so that they don't really plan too much in your staterooms. Some of them have some in-room movies that you can either get for free on some cruise lines or you pay for on other cruise lines. Also, they may have a couple of channels, but they're mostly just news channels that keep you informed, and maybe Prime One or Prime Favorites, which seems to be on every single cruise line out there. And that's because they pay a set fee to these companies to be able to put those on there. They do not license places like NBC or Disney or anything else. They don't put out licensing for those television networks. Well, the one thing they will do is when there's a huge sporting event on board, like the Super Bowl, or the playoffs in basketball, or the March Madness, they will pay to have these events on their ships. They'll bring those live on the ships. That's why you'll often see some if they don't want to pay for certain events, that's why you'll always see soccer. You'll always see tons of soccer on these cruise ships because they don't have to pay as much fees to get those stations. But apparently, I know a lot of people who will book a cruise specifically to watch the Super Bowl on the big screen by the pool. I knew that's a thing. I don't think I would book my cruise to watch a sporting event. I watch the Super Bowl every year. I watch the Grey Cup every year. I watch the Stanley Cup playoffs. I'll watch some NBA. I'll watch the Major League's World Series. I'll watch that. But I don't think I would book my cruise just for that. It would be a perk if something was on there that I could see. For instance, on Disney Cruise Line, they'll often play a movie that's coming out in the theaters that week on their ship. So if you wanted to see, say, Avengers Endgame when it came out, how big and popular it was, well, they were playing it on Disney cruise ships. So there's a perk. One thing though, apparently Carnival just kind of found out, and I just found out, that people watch other shows and don't want to miss their other shows when they're on a ship. And one of them that just came by and just passed was The Bachelor. And a few people have written in to Carnival and John Heald and said, hey, are you going to be showing this on your cruise ships? No one can answer me. Why can't they answer me? Why won't you show the final episode of The Bachelor on your cruise ship? Well, the real reason is they don't have the license for it. They don't have the license for that television network, so they can't show it out there. And in order to license that one show, that one episode, they would have to license it for the entire year. So they're not going to pay that to do one event. Unlike the Super Bowl, you can pay to just watch the Super Bowl. You can pay just to watch certain things. For instance, when they buy the sports package, they will buy the sports package for all the football games. So they're covering numerous things. They're not going to put that show out there just so they can watch finales of certain TV shows. But yeah, apparently people were very upset that they could not find out who Joey chose. Poor Joey. I'll admit it. I'm not one to ever get into reality shows. I do not watch them. I do not watch The Greatest Race. I do not watch The Bachelor. I do not watch The Bachelorette. I do not watch any of those shows. But I guess people get really, really addicted to it. But I don't think I would be too upset if I had to just record the show at home and watch it when I got home. But people were so worried and so crazy about who Joey is going to choose. What's he going to do? Oh my God. I don't think I could ever get involved in a show that deeply.